Okay, so in our previous chapter, we had created an inspection job and the info type we had chosen was an already built-in info type. So in this particular chapter, what we'll do is we'll create our own info type and then we'll use that to inspect a certain file. So let's proceed and let's see how this is done. Let's go back to our console. So what you need to do is you need to again go back to your data loss prevention and click on configuration. So here what you need to do is you need to click on info types and you need to create a stored info type. So let's click on create info type. And here you have the option of either choosing a regular expression or a list of words. So what we'll do is we'll create a regular expression. So what I've chosen is this particular regular expression. So this regular expression can have values of numbers 1 to 9 of 3 digits followed by a numbers of 1 to 9 of 1 digit followed by a pattern of 1 to 9 of 3 digits. So it should be something like this. So it can be a value like this. Any number from 1 to 9. So it should be 3 digits followed by a dash followed by 1 digit followed by a dash again and then again followed by 3 digits. So this is a number that will match this particular regular expression pattern. So let's choose this and let's give a name for this particular info type. So let's just call this as my new ID. Copy this. So let's give a description as well. And you can make this a regular object or you can just specify the object in a certain area. So let's just keep this in US Central 1 and let's create this particular info type. Okay, once you've created this info type, now let's update the file that we had previously used. So let's go back to our cloud storage. So let's download this particular file. And let's just have another field called ID. And what I'll do is I will just copy this particular value and paste it here. I'll save this. So I'll save this as a CSV. So this is very important. You should always save it as a CSV and not as an XLSL. It will not work. So once this is done, let's go back and upload this file. Let's go back to our upload files. And let's upload that particular file. So that particular file is newage.csv. Okay, once this upload is done, let's go back to our security. And let's go to our data loss prevention. And here, now that we've created our info type, let's again create a job. So let's just call this as new job. The storage type, so let's again make it a Google Cloud Storage type. And this time what we'll choose is the newage.csv that we had just uploaded. Just click on continue. And now let's click on manage info type. And here what we need to choose is basically the custom. And underneath the custom, you can just click on add custom info type. And the type you need to choose is basically a stored info type. So let's click on the stored info type. And here you can just give a name for your info type. Let's just call this as my new ID again. And here you can choose the info type. So currently I have 2 info types. So let's just choose my new ID that I just created. And let's click on done. So for this particular example, I'll be just searching for one particular value, that is the my new ID. Let's click on done. Okay, after I've chosen my custom ID, what I'll do is I go to my built-in and I will just unselect all the others because I just want to search for my custom. So let's just unselect all the ones which I have selected, which are basically the defaults. So let me just unselect all the others. So currently I'll be just searching for the my new ID. So let's again click on continue. Let's leave everything as it is. Let's click on continue, and let's run this particular job. So if you look at the configuration, you can just see that it's just checking for my custom info type that I just created. So let's click on create, click on confirm create. Okay, so my new job is done. So let's look at the results. So you can see that it found 11 instances. That's because the Excel sheet contains 11 instances of this particular ID. So that is how you can create your custom info type. So I hope this was a useful lecture. I will see you in the next.